Well, good afternoon, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday afternoon. I'm late today. It's not a matter of I slept in or something. I just got here early this morning because I was trying to hurry up and get done and get up the road back to my house. And I just got busy, if you know me, you know I jump from thing to thing. I got in and I was like, I want to get this wood in, put away in the basement and stuff, so that way it doesn't rain on it while I'm gone. And then I went through and I started looking at the fireplace upstairs and the plaster that's on there. I said, I want to take that off. So I started taking that off and then starting to look at it and say, do we want to finish it? So then I started thinking, okay, let me do a test part of it. So we took out the mortar so we could go ahead and point it up and see how it looks. And then I said, well, I can put a toilet in upstairs. So then I put the toilet in, and then I said, I want to make sure I put the glass in the windows before we go because it looks like it's going to rain. And next thing I know, it's 12:59. But it's okay. You know why it's okay? Because there ain't shit going on. There is not shit going on in the NFL right now. To my amazement, there's still, we're hearing the stories that there's 3 teams that are probably interested in DeAndre Hopkins. Kansas City, the Titans, and New England. Apparently, none of them are worried about losing them because they ain't in a hurry to get him signed. Just doesn't seem like that's the case. So we're still sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and seeing if anything's going to happen with it. I'm guessing somebody will eventually sign him. But when we look at our Cowboys, I think we are at the point of saying they're definitely done. They're not interested in grabbing anybody else at this point. They are finished, done. They're good with who they have right now. At least in their minds, they believe they're good with who they have. And I feel kind of the same way. I think we've got a good group of people. In retrospect to what we did last year we didn't do jack. Let's be clear. We took the team and we took it apart. We didn't do anything to help ourselves. Nothing. So from that standpoint, I'm ecstatic about where we are. I'm very, very happy where we are. I think the team addressed all of the needs that they had. There's always, you always look and say, well, we'd like to have another guy here or another guy there. But the reality is you only have so much money to go around. To me, when you look at the problems the Cowboys had last year, wide receiver. Michael Gallup will be healthier and will be better than he was. Noah Brown, your number 2. You upgraded from Noah Brown. And nothing personal. I know I call him Clifford Franklin and stuff like that. Anybody who makes it to the NFL is the top 1% of the 1%. Okay, let's be clear here. We talk about, oh, he's a bum. Okay, you couldn't do any of the stuff that guy does. So let me be clear here. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus or anything like that. I just kind of, say he's not the top wide receiving target. And if he was your 4th or 5th receiver, that's fine. But he is not a number 2 wide receiver. Brandon Cooks, getting older, definitely is better in that role than Noah Brown. Just is. So I'm happy about those moves. Now, we look at on the defensive side. Our defense have done some incredible stuff. The taking the football away, led the NFL 2 years in a row, which is great. Getting the quarterback and sacking, great. But the Achilles heel on this team has been the Achilles heel of this team for so long, and that's being able to stop the run. And for I'm going to actually say since Dan Quinn has gotten here, the Cowboys have looked differently at the defensive line. It used to be, we don't give a rat's ass about the defensive line. Just don't. But now, you know, when you think, the guy I wish we did not get rid of was John Ridgeway. John Ridgeway in the rotation would have been fantastic. And I think he's going to be the next Dave Butts for the Commanders. I believe he's that good. But, you know, it is what it is. He's gone. Mozzie Smith, the fact that the Cowboys, which are great at drafting in the first round, they are great at drafting in the first round. I can't see a team that's been better, has had more home runs than the Cowboys in the first round in the NFL draft. Just don't. To think that we've got CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Mozzie Smith. We'll see how Mozzie is. You can go down the line where, you know, almost everybody, with the exception of Taco, has been a Pro Bowler. Taco and, who did we move up for? Cornerback. I don't think he's been to the Pro Bowl, but everybody else that we have drafted in the first round since 2010 has been a Pro Bowler. So you have to believe that the Cowboys' Mozzie Smith should be pretty good. But not only relying on just a rookie, they recognized they needed to do better during the season, and that's why we got Hankins. And Hankins, you know, he missed the first few games of the season because he was a Raider. The games that he played, he was a difference maker for this defense. And Micah Parsons definitely understood that too, which is why he was so happy about Mozzie Smith being drafted, because he recognizes, I need more horses in the game. So there you have it right there. You've gone through and you say, okay, we've got a guy who can clog up the middle now. It was Achilles' heel, problem the Cowboys have had since the 90s. And then you look at it and say, Trayvon Diggs has been so good that people don't challenge him anymore like they used to. They go to the other side. Anthony Brown wasn't bad, but he's literally the guy they're always going after. And so they recognized and said, we have to do better at that spot. And that's why you go out and you get Stephon Gilmore. And so you start looking at this and saying, every area, and of course we signed the best kicker from the USFL. We'll see if he actually makes the roster or not. But every position on the field, the Cowboys try to do better with. Now, we'll see how the offensive line does. That's still the biggest worry for me. If they stay healthy, if Tyron Smith stays healthy, hey, you got one of the top 5 offensive lines in football. If Tyron Smith ends up going early in the season, then you're doing the whole shuffle and everything else, and you start having question marks. And you also still have to worry about Terrence Steele, where he is in his recovery. And so that's kind of where we are right now. We've got a little over 2 weeks before training camp opens. I'm a lot closer than I was a week and a half ago, but still not quite there on this place. But I'm going to go back home. I'm going to be working on getting the vanity done. We got a toilet upstairs now. We've got my spot for my studio. We got walls plastered. We got a deck out here, and you can start to see daylight at the end of the street, at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, daylight at the end of the tunnel here. And just can't wait to get her done. Hope you guys have a great Saturday afternoon. I'll be checking out Prime Time and Game Time tonight. And tomorrow we'll be back in our man cave doing our 5 o'clock Sunday stream. And I can't wait to see you guys there. All right, peace out.